Okay then, some more Insta360 testing. I have discovered a slight issue. You may have noticed that with this angle before, it was a bit overexposed, and that's because the cameras seem to have an exposure crossover. So when the back one, because I've got one facing forward, one facing back, because the back one's seeing my chest, which is all black because of my leathers, it's overexposing because it's up in the exposure for that side, which is putting this side over. So I've tried adjusting the EV shift to see if that will help, if that's taken effect, because I did it in the mobile app and I've started it recording with the camera itself, because when you close the app it seems to stop the camera from recording. I can't quite tell, but whatever, we can try it out. I think it's just because of the bright and darkness we're dealing with at the moment with this strong sun and cloud, but I do love this view. It is awesome. Oh, I do love this bike. Mephisto, I did see your suggestion I should try it at some point, but I don't have a stand with me at the moment. He sent me a message on Patreon. I was like, that's quite a good idea. Full lock. Yes, I'm using the front brake. You should use the back brake. Do what I do that tightly, and then tell me. Yes, you should use the back brake. I can use the front. I have done this enough now. Something that does make me laugh about cameras though is how people's expectations change. If you see like the videos we used to upload, like when I started with the goddamn iPhone, yes, I started with an iPhone strapped to my chest and a hands-free kit in my helmet. It was awful, it looked awful, it sounded awful, it was awful. I got over 100 subscribers doing that, and I've just recently today had a conference, someone saying, oh, I really think you need to see some post stabilisation work, or maybe get a camera with some stabilisation, because I just can't watch this. This is just awful. I just can't do it. It's painful to watch. It's like you're the only person in the thousands of people that come on this channel that have ever said that. Yeah, I get cameras have stabilisation. Yeah, it does look nice and smooth for angles and stuff like this, but it's not always necessary. I personally don't like stabilised footage from a helmet, because when the helmet's there, when you look left and right, there's like a delay. It's so off-putting. I hate it. So I'd rather stick with a slightly bumpy normal camera. I mean, it also conveys more about the ride, you know. If I'm test riding a bike and it's very jarring video, well, that might tell you what the suspension is like, mightn't it? They've just given up with the steps now. I don't blame them. Because of, oh God, I might have even started it, to be fair, all those years ago. No, I think people have been coming up here a lot. Oh! Thought I was going to get away with that. rolling backwards, pulling away. Honestly, it's like riding a push bike or a BMX. These things are so light. You may notice I'm trying different exposure areas to see how this is coming out, because now it should be like great, absolutely fine. It's just when it gets a bit too dark and it starts blowing the sky out. I think if I put white, wow, those leaves locked up and didn't even notice it. I think if I put like white tape on my chest, it would probably correct it mostly. There isn't an option in the camera to like have single camera exposure mode where you just have one front facing camera working. I think that's something that they should do. These are suggestions that will end up in my review and maybe my email back to them like, yeah, it's good, but there's some firmware suggestions like having it in one camera mode so you can use it like a normal action camera and not worry about the rear camera affecting exposures. Because it's all there in the camera. All you got to do is just give it a mode, a little bit of a programming, give it a setting, and also give us EV shift within the menus of the camera itself rather than just through the app, because as I say, I can apply them through the app, but I don't know if they're taking effect now because I'm starting recording with the phone, because when I turn the app off it closes the camera from recording. These are just, firmware things, and I am known for finding these flaws fast. I've done it before I've even got my hands on cameras before now. Like, you have accounted for this, right? Oh god, they didn't. But I think that probably comes from, well, what was it, 8 years or something like that of making videos on bikes using cameras, and also from doing photography my entire life, well, since I was about 15. So it's not my entire life, but it's more than half of it. Thank you, my good man. It would appear that you have blocked the way, but never mind, we can get through. No, I should have gone through it backwards. Look at just how sophisticated Derek can be at times. 36 miles an hour, very gently cruising along, perfectly smooth. Just serene, sublime, somewhat like a Rolls Royce. It's just Rolls Royces don't do this. This isn't just any Supermoto. This is a spicy 110 Supermoto, which means it looks like a cow and has an awful lot of beef. I need to do a video of its own to talk about this, and I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, so I'll only have a cautionary mention of this, but I'm going to let you know that I have 3 items from my metalworks that are going to be given away. Yeah, and I'm not talking about keychains here, I'm talking about 2 clocks and the jacket helmet rack. They will be given away to 3 different subscribers. So if you want to be part of that, start subscribing. And as I say, I'll explain how that's been made possible by an absolutely amazing supporter of this channel, who you may have known of from before when we did a clock giveaway. Well, as I say, he's done it again, but more in its own video on that, because I want to thank that man. I wonder if the £144,000 boat's still here. Let's go and have a look. If it's gone, I swear to God. It is still £144,000. I've realised why it's probably so expensive. The engines on it are probably worth about 65 grand each. Could have a lot to do with it. Now that's a nice one. 15 grand. That is a very respectable little launch. Get yourself on the high seas. You're like, Spicy, what are you talking about? You're not on the high seas. It used to be a lot. Don't get to do it anymore. Not very often. Well, gravel. Oh, careful with your turning angles when crossing gravel. Unless you like eating tarmac. Oh, heavens to Betsy, I appear to have been thwarted. I guess I'll have to turn around. No, I won't. As I say, I don't normally make loads of videos when I'm testing a product, but I thought I would this time, just because it's fun to see all the different possibilities, because to me it's so also new, and I think to a lot of people it's quite new, and once you start seeing things, you're like, oh, that could apply to something I do, that would be really cool. It's one of my big pet peeves, is going to get a review of a product. You go online and the guy's like, it's called review, and he takes it out of the box and turns it on and goes, it's great. It does what it says on the box. He doesn't know any more than that. He, she, whoever. Doesn't know any more than that. Doesn't know if it's got problems, like if the SD cards have problems formatting, or there's problems with the camera switching itself off, or some bug or glitch where it free. You don't know any of that. And people could then go and buy a camera and be like, oh well, yeah, it's got a big problem. Which is exactly why I have to say, when I have problems with devices, like I have in the past with certain action camera companies, they don't like it. They don't like it a lot when you tell them that their things suck. But obviously, when something's good like this, it means so much more. When I say good like this, I mean so far, I'm loving this thing. I haven't yet tested everything. It's preliminary. It's a preliminary approval. But it is good enough that I'm happy to have the affiliate link in the video, because I can see what it can do for some people already. So, I mean, even the 360 video, not video, 360 pictures for people who might be into selling houses or things like that, being able to, you know, do the 360 photography yourself. You could probably buy this camera for less than one session of a professional photographer coming to do it for you. I've just remembered I want to test the camera in a slightly different angle. This is a suggestion from Hippo Drones, who also does stuff with these cameras. Give me a second. Basically now, instead of having the cameras facing one forward, one at my chest, they're now facing my arms, which means the stitch line is actually directly in front of me, which might cause some problems, or it might not. But it was definitely a good suggestion of his to try this out. Although I think we're slightly off-centered. There we go. I have a protrusion from my chest. I have to say, I don't think I'd want to crash like this. That might do some pretty nasty damage to your sternum. Okay, well, I'm going to call this one to an end because I'm just testing basically, but I have to do all of this, so when I do the review I can actually be like, yes, it's good and this is why, but there are these things they could change or improve, or things I'm not so keen of. As I say, up to now it's all been firmware, little things I'd like to see, more improvements than problems. So yeah, pretty happy with it. Anyway, huge thanks to my Patreon supporters. Thank you for being understanding that things have slowed down a little bit where I'm doing all this testing. I still haven't got the garage to make clocks. I really need to do that. But yeah, what's recently happened has been a real help for this month, especially with the PO box going out. Right, I'm going to go. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.